The following video is rated PG for puzzling gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
In order for our 12 seed to have any shot at the final bracket, he has to put up his strongest performance of the pool stage yet, but maybe now he can see the oil slick coming this time? It is the 12 seed TetrisAttakr and the 20 seed Octo Oil. Welcome puzzlers, this is your head tournament organizer, Cards of the Heart. Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Pokemon Puzzle League Speedrun Tournament 2022, and I am joined to call this matchup by, appears we're going to have a bit of a fight between Oshawott and Tepig there. I think I know who's going to win that one, but either way, it's FFR Pro 21, fresh off of winning Pool 2. How are you feeling after that win, FFR?
That I can concentrate on V-Hard now. No, I have to concentrate on the trolls. That was easy, normal, and hard. Because, yeah, that last match was rough, if you guys saw that.
And if you didn't see that, I will try to put a card in the upper right corner to show you where to find it. It's probably pointing this direction. Yeah, directions are hard on the videos, but in any case, we should have a fun one here with a TetrisAttakr and Octo Oil trying to close out their tournament contention, and there's probably gonna be some angling into some redemption bracket seeding with this matchup, and well, we might get into how that might go down in just a little bit. But first, if you're tuning into this game for the first time and you're not exactly sure how it all works, allow me to take a couple minutes of your time to explain how this game works and how we are playing it in this tournament. Pokémon Puzzle League is a Match 3 puzzle game first released for the Nintendo 64 on September 25, 2000 in North America and March 2, 2001 in Europe. It was re-released on the Nintendo Wii Virtual Console in both regions in May 2008. It is a Match 3 puzzle game in that if you match at least 3 of the same panel either horizontally or vertically, the panels will disappear. To win, however, you need to do more than simply match 3 at a time. You need to make combos and chains to not only prevent your gradually rising stack from reaching the top of your playfield for a time, but also to send garbage blocks to your opponent to make their stack reach the top of their playfield. You make combos by matching more than 3 panels in a row at the same time. They don't keep your stack from rising for very long, but they do send small garbage blocks to your opponent that can prove to be very disruptive. You make chains by linking sets of 3 or more matches together. Make a set of panels disappear, and then have the panels immediately above them fall into another match. Not only does this keep your stack from rising for a longer period of time, but it will make thicker garbage blocks that will be more effective at actually filling out your opponent's stack to the top. If your stack reaches the top of your playfield and the game tries to break the stack through the top, you lose, so you want to avoid this at all costs and force it on your opponent as much as possible. To beat these computer opponents, you will have to either make sure that they run out of time while their stack is completely topped off, send so much garbage to your opponent so that they can no longer make a move, or send garbage to your opponent in such a way so that they think they can no longer make a move. Easy mode has 11 stages, normal has 14, hard has 15, and V-hard and S-hard have 16. In this tournament, players will be racing through those stages to get to the end as fast as they can. The first player to defeat the final opponent wins the race. The first player to win a predetermined number of races wins the match. Best of luck to all of our players. We have broken out the urgent soundtrack for this match because we are on our final full week of pools action. It feels like an eternity ago that we started our qualifying process for seeding these pools, and now we are in our final full week of play. We took our 22 players that signed up and properly qualified for this tournament and split them up into into groups of people and ask them to engage each other in round-robin combat. Each match has been a best-of-5 set of speedrun races in the one-player stadium on the levels easy, normal, and hard. So the first race level has been decided by our 2 players of those 3 options, and then it is loser counterpick one of the other levels until we have played through them all. And if we need to go to game 4 or 5 to determine a winner, then each of those 3 levels are available for the picking for games 4 and 5. Yes, we can triple up. Yes, we have believe we have seen it happen already, and maybe we'll have it happen a couple more times before this week is done. Well, when this week is done, we will have a fairly good idea of the 8 players that will advance to the final bracket with the top 2 in each pool. Unfortunately, my match with Razorflame has been delayed due to scheduling conflicts, so we will have to show that next week at the end of another thing we will talk about in just a little bit. But this match can go a pretty long way towards deciding if we need to break out the average race time tiebreaker to decide the second spot in Pool 4. So this table we have been using to basically judge everyone's performance throughout, and whoever places higher on this board, when we can't resolve any 3-way ties by match winning percentage, race winning percentage, or total race wins, we will go to this to settle the rest of the ties. And right now we see Yoshi taking the top spot in the normal and hard categories to be tops overall, but that is still very much in flux. We could see a few more times lead to some interesting changes there, but let's keep an eye on the 4-spot Foxy Man, the 7-spot 6, and the 9-spot TetrisAttakr. There is a scenario with Foxy Man currently at a 10-4 race record compared to TetrisAttakrs and 6's 7-7. If 6 3-0's Foxy Man and TetrisAttakr 3-0's Oil, then we will come down to a 3-way 3-2 match record tie with a 10-7 race record tie, and we will have to go to the fastest time on this tiebreaker board to determine the second spot in Pool 2, which you can see right now Foxy Man has a commanding hold of at the moment, and we'll see how Foxy Man and 6 fare in their attempts to bolster that score tomorrow. But we will see TetrisAttakr take his shot at improving those times in just a little bit, and we'll keep an eye on that as this match develops. Before we get further into discussing this specific matchup, though, let's take a look at a couple other things that are happening around this tournament. We do have our crowdfunded prize pool. Thank you to everyone who has supported us so far with your direct donations, your bits thrown into the Twitch channel at Puzzle Speedrun, and your subscriptions to the Puzzle Speedrun Twitch channel. They have amassed a total so far of $204.01. And if we get to our goal of $600, then our top finishers in the tournament will be forever grateful. 40% to first place is already a fairly nice payday, which I believe it was calculated earlier in the live chat that the top prize for this current prize pool would get you roughly 19 Wendy's Baconators. So that is definitely a fine prize. Yeah, just don't eat all those at once. We really can't have people dying from heart attacks over here. We don't have the budget to pay off lawsuits. So So please do not eat all of your Wendy's Baconators in one place. But just for playing, you get yourself a chance to win a piece of the overall prize pool. So please join us for the next tournament we will have in February and the start of March for TetrisAttakr. That said, you still can get into the festivities for this tournament by jumping onto one of our 2 other tournaments that we will be holding next week during the break between the pools and bracket stages of the tournament. On Saturday the 15th, we will have the Marathon event. It's on 2D, speed level 1, game levels up to the player's choice, and the goal in each race will be to score 100,000 points as fast as possible. On Sunday the 16th, we will have the Spa Service event, a straight-up race of the line clear mode in each match. In fact, after the 3 qualifying races we will have in each tournament to automatically send 3 people into a top 4 single elimination bracket. The marathon bracket matches will be best of 5, whereas Spa Service will be best of 1. So make sure you bring your A game for marathon and Spa Service, because the winner of each of those tournaments is going to get a $50 top prize from yours truly, and of course anyone watching is more than welcome to add to it. But here we are, FFR. We are close to the end of the Pool of Death, Pool 4, and we've got some potential for some chaos still with this second spot. Foxyman has not locked up the second spot, and TetrisAttakr needs to put in a really strong performance in order to lay a claim to that. Certainly, FFR, the chaos that this pool has presented has been more or less what you expected from this going in, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the pool of death for a reason. So many great players, and yeah, they've all been doing quite well, and yeah, so much so that we could, as we discussed before, could have a 3-way tie for seconds. And then we have to start going through this whole list of tiebreakers. But first things first, TetrisAttakr is gonna bust out the broomstick on Octo Oil here.
Indeed, and this is not a 100% sweep on paper potentially for TetrisAttakr. We talk frequently in this community about the margin of troll that can happen in these races, and there's enough overlap between these players. Maybe not quite an overlap between slow and fast times on hard, but easy and normal. We could actually see a world where if TetrisAttakr repeats his worst performances of this tournament and Octo Oil repeats her best performances in this tournament, that we could see some fireworks happening here. But I pose this to you, FFR. How likely do you think that sort of scenario is going to happen?
Well, it's not impossible. I mean, we saw Octo Oil at the beginning of the tournament take a couple off of Gamer, so you can never say never when it comes to this game. Just go back to the last match as an example of what can happen. But yeah, I would say TetrisAttakr should have this. It's just a matter of whether he is gonna sweep or not.
I do ultimately think it will be a sweep for TetrisAttakr. Oil has definitely put up a great showing in this tournament, but there's a reason that TetrisAttakr has finished the previous 2 PPL tournaments in the top 4. He's a very, very formidable player, and he'll probably be able to bring it before. He'll probably be able to bring it for this match. I do want to note before we get started, the little mini TAs, TetrisAttakr children, are definitely watching this match, and they cannot help but appreciate the purple hair that Octo Oil is rocking to this matchup. First time we're seeing Octo Oil's face cam here in this match, so always nice to see a little something different. Always nice to appreciate something a little bit different. But in any case, let's go ahead and get right into this matchup, not keep our players waiting any longer. It is the 12 seed TetrisAttakr and the 20 seed Octo Oil closing out their performances in Pool 4, and that's going to start.
Yeah, I gotta say, Espeon over there is liking the purple hair from Octo Oil.
Indeed. Alright, we're starting this match on the normal difficulty, and I think, FFR, you might have a few choice words about how normal mode plays.
Well, I mean, there was just a couple bad stages, but I mean, you know, sometimes that is just what happens when certain strategies fail on you. And they can fail hard on ya, that's for sure. You can see TA's got the clean PPL on his emulator, not having the V hard or S hard unlocked.
That is interesting, because last night you and I are more or less made official a bit of a practice category for this tournament, just playing easy through hard in succession. So you can find that on our speedrun.com leaderboards.
Yeah, you know, kind of in a way, it's you know, One Piece Stadium, but just any percent.
Indeed, and TetrisAttakr definitely showing off here with a big enough chain to beat our non-stack raising friend Gary the First in 16 seconds here. Unfortunately, Oil needed a second attack, and that's going to allow Gary to get a garbage clear, but we should only see that from our first opponent. The others should behave a bit more uniformly. You can see Brock's stack is quite a bit higher than Gary's ended up, and that's going to allow 14 seconds from TetrisAttakr on that Brock. Again, this is 14 stages. It's hard to pick a winner this early on, but it feels like Oil has had to bring the chains just a little bit more than she has so far, and she's falling just a little bit short, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the killer. You know, just being short. Gotta make sure the AI is topped off. That's the only way you can win. Alrighty, TA's got almost a one-stage lead.
Yeah, but it is basically a full stage. We'll call it like 20 seconds, just to be a bit generous. Ooh, an 8 combo.
Ooh, nice 8 combo.
Nice to see those in the middle of a chain. And that basically helps take your speedrun game to the next level. Whether it's this or TetrisAttakr, the more combos you're able to make in your chains, the more consistently low your times will end up being. Okay, Misty, why are you Why is your board for Octo Oil that low? You don't normally have to send this much garbage to
Oh
these
boy.
opponents. Oh man. Also,
JTE.
also, we really should make a Puzzle League Bible, and our very own Ty has made the first commandment in the live chat. Make sure thou opponent is toppeth off. Thou shalt top off thy opponent. There we go. Something like
There
that.
you go. The official LPS Bible.
Alright, TetrisAttakr has brought the chains so far. Oh, this timing was a bit unfortunate. Will lead to a garbage clear. But TetrisAttakr has been better at sending the chains thus far, and it's leading to him being rewarded much more frequently. This is why, this is part of the reason why we see TetrisAttakr in the top 4 in each of our Pokemon Puzzle League tournaments. And this is why we don't particularly like normal mode. My goodness. 48 seconds, just like that.
I had a couple of those. You know, you just great attack, and then the opponent just goes off. Mm.
Yeah, this is the last thing TetrisAttakr needs right now, because his only shot of making it to the main bracket is through the weighted average race time tiebreaker, and he's on the outside looking in compared to 6 as well as Foxy Man, so he cannot afford to have a bunch of those stages. Every opponent that does that is just going to waste more and more and more time. It's going to make it much less likely to get the top times that he needs to not only surpass 6, who is fairly close to him in standing, but more importantly, get to Foxy Man, who is way up on the tiebreaker for that weighted average race time for second place on the board. Oh! Exit stage left for Blaine with the 9.
There we go. That's what we like to see.
That is more or less the goal for our top players. It's also requires a fair amount of cooperation from the opponent to raise their stack enough. Unfortunately, TetrisAttakr has not started off the chain quite the way he needed to this time, but it is still a fairly comfortable full stage lead for our 12 seed. But there's a chain. The 3 chain. Well, I think Tracy will run out of time here, but that does not feel good. I think TetrisAttakr has to know that he can't afford to have those right now for his tournament chances.
Yeah. See, Octo Oil, Blaine should. Nice 18.
There we go.
Nice.
There we go. This is not out of the realm of impossibility yet. Especially if Rocket's going to attempt chains like that. Those faster opponents might be able to get to that and make TetrisAttakr life even more miserable. Let's see, what's Oil got here? 4 chain, 4 combo on the back end. That is a way out of position Tracy. That will be enough for a 17.
Nice. Alright, TA starting with a 5. That's 5-5-5. Very good for TetrisAttakr. Will be good.
It works.
There. Okay.
It works enough. As long as you send a combo, you give yourself a chance. I think Oil started off with a combo on her own here. Yeah. She's fine on that regard. She wants to. Seems like she wants to make 5 chains when she is able to make the chain. She's just not trained at the level yet to get those chains most consistently. But to as you said earlier, FFR, to take 2 games off of GamerX459 in her very first tournament, she is definitely showing some signs of being able to improve. And if and for someone who ooh, that 9 combo.
Ooh, nice 9 combo.
Will that be enough? Oh no, the Blues not quite gonna
Geo.
fall into place.
Come on, Geo.
Oh, Oil's still working on something else, so that's not gonna be enough. Oh man.
Oh.
That's unfortunate, but she should definitely keep up at it. But for someone who plays as much Splatoon as she does, you might be able to tell from her name and avatar. I imagine she could put some time into this and really make some leaps and bounds.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Here we are, on to the final stage for our 12 seed. See Oil working on a 4 chain there. That could prove to be enough with a bit of follow-up. That will be fine for something in the 20s, right? Please don't make a fool out of me. There we go.
Okay. Bruno.
Well,
get loose.
you really can't win them all timely. Oh, Bruno's even gonna get a chain off of that. That's kind of rude. This is increasingly rude. But the Reds, no chance for Bruno to get to those. And we will see TetrisAttakr win Game 1 with a normal time, officially clocking in at 10:07.
Well, I mean, he's on his way to a sweep, but I don't think a 10:07 is gonna help the averages all that much.
And as a matter of fact, that is TetrisAttakr's worst normal run of the tournament so far. Just to show how close this race could have been, Oil has had 2 races in this tournament faster than that 10:07. So Oil had the potential to make this very, very interesting. But as it stands now, she is going to settle for a fairly average time for her of 11:03. So it's Pokeball number 1 for TetrisAttakr. And it will be up to Octo Oil to decide whether we go too hard or easy for the next race. And it appears that she wants to take it easy. So we will go easy. We'll let our players know that they can go ahead and proceed to the next game whenever they are ready. Easy does ratchet down the RNG just a bit, but TetrisAttakr has not always had fast times in this level. In fact, his current average in easy is 658. Like, Oils is not that far behind at 733. like TA has put up multiple 7-minute times. Oil has put up multiple 7-minute times. So this is also not a sure win for TetrisAttakr. And as we keep talking about throughout this match, as Game 2 is now underway, TetrisAttakr needs to win all of these and put up really strong showings to give himself a chance at the bracket. And easy mode should be an opportunity for him to get something good, although that chain is going to be a problem. These opponents, Gary and Brock at the beginning here, do not want to cooperate by raising their stacks at the beginning, so it's often going to take at least 6 lines of garbage to top up both of these opponents. Probably 7 or 8 if you're a bit slow on the trigger. As we're seeing from Oil learn the hard way. Oof.
Okay, yeah, both players not having the greatest scary ones. We'll see if they can do a little bit better on Brock here. Yeah, it's the other one doesn't like the razor stack.
I think if there's gonna be a place you identify potential time loss here, it's going to be with Gary and Brock. That's a bit better of an attack from TetrisAttakr. Oil needed a few more combos with that chain, but it can be really hard to find combos in chain, so she'll have to settle for a 23. And that basically sets the table for Easy Run to start proper. Now these stages will more or less behave uniformly, and you're free to basically send 3 chains, 4 chains, however combos you desire to get more times in under 15 seconds, like TetrisAttakr has done here.
Okay, Oil trying to get a little something. I don't think she's gonna get the slow burn. Okay, no, set the line. Come on, Misty. Stop clearing. There we go. Okay. TA's got a nice attack. Yeah. Oh, I thought Surge was just gonna go for the greens, but it didn't matter. He was not gonna get there anyways.
Yep, the opportunity was certainly there, and with only 11 stages in easy mode, the opportunities will just dwindle for Octo Oil to make a miraculous comeback.
Ooh, that was a good attack from Oil there. Nice.
There we go.
4 chain with 1 combo. That's 4 lines. That will do the trick.
Oh, is Eric gonna get to this? No! That was so close. That was so close to being broken up and just wasting even more time. As it stands now, it is TetrisAttakr getting a 12-second stage. That will help his prospects towards a decent easy time quite a bit more. Another 13 from Oil. Very good sign from her to pick up future tournaments. I don't know if we're going to see her in the TetrisAttakr tournaments necessarily, because she is playing this game on her Switch, and unfortunately, so many licensing issues keep TetrisAttakr from being ported to the Switch or any other North American virtual console for that matter. But I would definitely encourage her to pick up TetrisAttakr or maybe Paneled Upon on the Switch service. To practice with that too. And who knows? Maybe we'll have a side tournament for Paneled Upon in the future. You never know.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, it's kind of unfortunate about TetrisAttakr because of the Tetris name. because they don't. Tetris only wants to release modern Tetris games, and obviously TetrisAttakr is not one of them. Oh, don't get to the blue.
Oh my goodness. Oil almost got more of her time wasted, and just like that, this race is going away in TetrisAttakr's favor. He's probably on pace for a mid 6-minute time, maybe in the 6:40s, which might prove to be difficult for improving averages enough with. This is just the hand that TetrisAttakr is being dealt right now. Here we are on the final 2 stages. Full stage lead for our 12 seed. Looking to improve his record to 3-2 and give himself any shot at bracket contention. Gonna start with a 5 combo here. Follow it up with a 6. A 4 on the back end. That is some pretty effective stacking.
Yeah, that will work. So yeah, TTA's got a chance with a good geo to lower that easy average just a little bit.
Every little bit will help at the end of the day. So let's see if Giovanni plays nice. It's gonna be a 6. Some unfortunate panels were broken up there. And there it is. TetrisAttakr finishes Game 2 with a time of 6:52, which is enough to improve on his average just ever so slightly.
Nice. A little bit of improvement definitely will help for TA.
And let's give him the second Pokeball as well.
Alright, let's see if Oil can finish up strong here. That is... Oh, she's gonna get away 3 lines?
Oh, nice!
Alright.
Nice, that works. That's going to be a 734. Which I believe that improves Oil's average. No, that is basically in line with Oil's average for this tournament. So, fairly respectable. Very nice indeed.
Yeah, I should also mention the number for the race room that race time picked was 6666.
Ooh. Oh, let's see. I wonder what that could. Maybe that didn't mean much for this race, but I wonder if that means anything for this next race on the hard difficulty. Now we're gonna turn up the RNG to 8, if not full-blown 11, like S-Hard would be. This could still be a bit on the spicy side. It's on this level where we haven't seen Oil keep up with TetrisAttakr times in this tournament, but I think we just saw Hard do some pretty gnarly things today, did we? Or am I imagining that?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Anyway, here we go. Here we go with Game 3 on hard difficulty. Both players are in position, and away we go. And again, we're playing 15 stages on hard mode here, and yeah, each of these opponents can find a way to waste like a minute at a time on any given stage. Unfortunately, Octo Oil has not sent enough to top off Gary, and has TetrisAttakr been continuing this attack this entire time? That is a massive chain. That's going to allow Gary to get a garbage clear.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah,
That is-
TA did an 8 chain. I don't know if he wanted all that, but it just got all cleared on as soon as it drops.
Oh,
okay.
my goodness.
Really rude on Oil's side. Okay, he should have run out of time here. Okay.
Well,
Wow, that's a start for both players. Jeez.
yeah, hard mode is getting that run back. it's trying to run back some salty feelings on all of our players.
Ooh, okay, that was pretty sick, TA. Oh, but he's short.
Oh, no! One more line.
Oh.
Grab your Frankerface Z extensions and type one more line in the live chat. Oh no! Come on.
Yeah, and even more unfortunate, the pillar was on the right side, but the 8 combo blocks fell on the left side, which actually didn't really do anything for stacking purposes. And man, both blocks are just going in right now.
Oh, both really going ham. Oil still needs one more line. TetrisAttakr is done at 41 seconds. This is becoming a slog.
Oh boy, and yeah, I think it seems like the game's got that patent pen 2-stage lead. Okay,
1
Oil
minute.
got the slow burn at 1 minute.
1 minute for Oil. Oof. And it's stages like that where you can basically never count anyone out for the entire duration of hard mode. Because yeah, for every 17-second stage that one of these players will get, there could be a minute stage for them on the very next stage. This is how random hard mode tends to be. Okay, got 15 from
There you go.
Oil's Misty, so that will work just fine.
Ooh,
That was kind of
there's
neat for TetrisAttakr to get to that 4 chain. Oh no, is that random match gonna give Sir time?
Oh, it did.
That's gonna be a 3 chain. That should have been a 3 chain. But fortunately, Surge ruined that. And that's going to save TetrisAttakr a little bit of grief. Oh, again, Oil needs one more line. She gets it, unfortunately. Fortunately, that combo block diverted Surge away from the main thing that was going to clear her garbage. But we can see how hard mode is often the ultimate equalizer. TetrisAttakr is definitely doing his best with the chains. Maybe the combos. Maybe he's not leading with the combos that he might want to, but he's largely been able to bring the chain so far in this match.
Looks like Oriole's kind of struggling to get an attack off on Erica here. TA's not doing the double force. That's ooh. Koga doing the 4 chain. Boy, might actually need all of that. And
Oh boy.
just enough. Okay. I mean, that kind of attacks can get a little scary as we progress through the stages. Okay, well, Oil didn't have the best Erica. It's gonna be down about a stage in a bit.
This is still very early though. Wow, TetrisAttakr just sitting on this, looking for a way to start that chain. He does eventually get to the X4, but that took a very long time to develop. He basically had the time to write an entire thesis on how to approach that board. And fortunately, it works out for him in 23 seconds. Oil responds with a 22. She is keeping up. And it's going to take one slip up from TetrisAttakr and a lucky stage from Oil, and she is right back in this.
Okay, looks like TA is doing the double 4. Oh, gonna continue off of that. Gonna need a bit more. Okay.
Oh, so close. And it looks like Oil needed a couple more lines on her attack as well. If you have some trouble building your attacks quickly, you are going to have to add more lines as these foes clear more and more panels. So it's not uncommon to see 6 or 7 lines be required for especially these middle stages.
Yay.
Okay,
Oh.
that's it. That was an interesting approach. Was able to salvage something out of it, but it was not enough. It was not well timed enough to deal with Tracy's initial matching. But he might be fine with this one. No immediate match for Tracy, and that will do it for him. Oil, though, still needs more. Needs to remember to raise her stack more frequently to get more ammunition.
Still a line short. And okay. Not feeling the patent pen 2 stage deficit just yet. It's getting close. Ooh,
Alright, this should be timed a lot better for TetrisAttakr. That's a 13. Oh, those flashes of brilliance really show why he has done so well in these tournaments in the recent memory. I think I'd say all we have is recent memory, because TetrisAttakr first got onto our scene in the 2019 Pokemon Puzzle Challenge tournament, which was fairly memorable in its own right. He was part of the group that included myself and Yoshi, who were like the 2 top players in the game at that time. So TetrisAttakr has taken that experience, hardened himself up with more battling, and has turned it into top 4 finishes in these last two PPL tournaments. Looking very unlikely that he's going to be able to continue that trend this time around. Yeah, hard mode, trying to do hard mode things again.
Oh boy.
If this happens any further, we could see a bit of a comeback from Octo Oil here. Let's see how she handles Giovanni.
Oh boy, so many convenient clears for Richie here.
Okay, Oil could only find an X3 and 1 combo garbage. He's gonna have to rebuild the chain as Giovanni starts blasting. 52 for TetrisAttakr Richie. That might be problematic in the grand scheme of race time averages.
Oh boy, Giovanni. That was a 3 chain, then a 4 chain. Okay, ran out of time there. Okay. Richie was trying to make things interesting, but Gio kind of didn't want anything.
Yeah, TetrisAttakr is very much on pace for his worst hard run of the entire tournament. This would come at the absolute worst time to get it. He's gonna be fine with this Lorelei at 23 seconds, but his worst hard time to this point has been 10:54. He's not going to be able to beat that with this run. So it is looking very, very much like TA will be on the outside looking in on our bracket picture. They will have a chance to close out this match with the broomsticks. Definitely throwing out some impressive combos in this chain to make an 11-second Bruno happen. So, good work there. And we'll see if we get a cooperative Gary II to close. We haven't had a lot of those.
Oh wow, Lorelei is super low on oil side. Oh boy.
Excuse me, Lorelei? The world we doing? Okay, TetrisAttakr going up to X5. With the double fours, this looks fairly good.
Oh.
And Gary has no time for anything else. Ooh, that was kind of an interesting means of raising the stack from Oil's Lorelei. Well.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Trying to figure out how to clear that 6 combo block with that left pillar, and, yeah, it was kind of doing the thing you normally see sometimes with a 4 combo block.
Well, as it stands, TetrisAttakr finishes that race with a time of 11:28, gets out the brooms, gets the 3rd Pokeball, and the win.
Also, just like TA, Octo Oil dropping the 11 on Bruno. So apparently Bruno was a brew yes in this match.
Indeed. Definitely has not been the case throughout this tournament. Hello!
Hey!
That was a faster... I think that was a faster Gary 2 than TetrisAttakr. Wow. Okay. Very nice indeed.
Were, very good. Oil
will settle for a 12:43 to finish, but that was a nice exclamation mark on to that final final stage. So the final 2 stages even. So way to go from Octo Oil. Her record ends at 0-4, but unfortunately, well, fortunately for her, she's definitely showing what she might be able to do in future tournaments. So we wish her well and hope to see her again in the next turn. But make it official for this match. TetrisAttakr takes the 3-0 win as he needed to stay alive in this tournament, and now he's gonna have to hope that Six and Foxy Man each come up with some colossal failures to make it to the final bracket. It's gonna be a tough one because these times that TA put up today were good enough to win, but he really did manage to set himself back a fair bit in terms of the running for the final bracket. Before we go to the updated standings, let's take a look at the latest race time tiebreaker with the current up-to-date standings. We see TetrisAttakr has fallen to 10th in this ranking with times of 6:57, 9:27, and 10:32. Compare that with 6's 6:36, 9:34, and 9:55 in 7th place, and there's a lot that would have to happen for one to for 6 to 3-0 Foxyman, and 2 to have times so much appreciably worse for TetrisAttakr to come back in this one. And as we can see in the latest standings, TetrisAttakr has done his part to go to 10-7. Now 6 has to do his deal to get to 10-7. Has to hope that Foxyman has some awful trolls to get players back in this, but this is in position. This is in position to do something at FFR. How much are you looking forward to what 6 and Foxyman are going to be able to bring to round out this group?
I mean, it should be a great match. You know, 6 and Foxyman are 2 very good players, but yeah, for TA especially, it would take so much for him to get that second spot. Foxyman really just needs to win a game. Like, if he just wins a game, he's in, basically. Doesn't even have to beat 6.
That is absolutely all it takes for Foxyman to clinch that spot. We will see if Foxyman will clinch that spot in tomorrow's show, but for now, we've got a couple more matches left to get through to decide things today, including the next match in Pool 4 with Yoshi112 and GamerX459. I have to think with a 3-0 victory here, I believe Yoshi would have a virtual lock on the overall 2 seed. I don't think Yoshi can get worse than a 2 seed if he 3-0s GamerX459 here. We'll see if Gamer is going to be able to pull that off. FFR, how much are you looking forward to that matchup?
Well, I mean, you know, Yoshi's been doing pretty well, you know, especially since he kind of doesn't like the RNG in this game, but I mean, when you have the hard wall record by a practical landslide, I guess you can't really hate it too much.
Yes, well, yeah, Yoshi has performed the best to this point in this pool. We'll see if Gamer's Challenge will be able to change any deci's there, but that will cover it for our YouTube coverage of this match. Any final thoughts on what we saw, FFR?
Well, Espeon's still excited about Octo-Oil's purple hair, as you can see, you know. And yeah, hopefully Oil will continue to improve, and maybe we'll see her in Redemption Bracket and in next year's tournament.
Yes, we do wish Oil well in her future endeavors at this game, and wish TetrisAttakr well in his descent into redemption that seems to be headed his way. For those of you watching on Twitch, we have 2 more matches coming up for you right after this. For FFR Pro 21 and everyone else at the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, this has been Cards of the Heart. Until next time, everyone, happy puzzling.
See ya!